My buyers looked at each other, I looked at my buyers, and we didn't need to say too much. If you've been searching for a home in Guelph and you think that everything decent is out of your price range, I need you to watch this video. Because a few weeks ago, I took some first-time home buyers through a new development here, and what they qualified for because of how we structured this deal shocked all of us. I'm also going to tell you about a different builder who handled the same situation in a way that made my stomach turn. Both stories, no filter. Hey, I'm Andrew Somerville, your local Guelph real estate expert with DNA Homes and eXp Realty. I've been helping people just like you navigate the market for over 20 years. And a big part of what I do is helping people relocate to Guelph from the GTA and beyond. My job is to make sure that you have the full picture, the good stuff and the stuff that nobody else is saying out loud. So if you're thinking about making a move to Guelph, whether it's 6 months or 2 years from now, reach out. My contact information is in the description below. And if you're not quite ready to chat yet, that's totally fine. I put together a free Guelph relocation guide that walks you through everything you need to know before making the move. That link is also in the description below. It's completely free, there's no strings attached, and I genuinely love these conversations. All right, let's get into the story. Guelph doesn't get the attention it deserves, and that's exactly what makes it so interesting. 20 minutes from the 401, it's a university city, real art scene, incredible trail systems, and a community that actually feels like one. People come here to escape the GTA, and then they wonder why they ever waited. I hear that all the time. But here's the thing, the window for getting in at a reasonable price is not permanent, and I don't know why people think that they have to wait, which is exactly why what I'm going to show you matters right now. Here's something a lot of buyers don't fully understand when they're shopping for new construction in Ontario: the HST. On a new build, the HST is baked into the purchase price. And on a home over a certain threshold, the full rebate disappears, which means that the number you see on the listing and the number that actually affects your qualification can be very different things. Now, some builders understand this. They price their product in a way that's honest about the HST. They work with the buyers to make sure that the math works, and they structure things so that the rebate flows properly. And some builders don't. The stomach cringe builder I mentioned in the hook, this is part of where the problem started. We'll get back to that. But first, the good news. A few weeks ago, I took a couple of first-time homebuyers through the Northside development by Granite Homes here in Guelph. But before we got there, we already had looked at a few resale condos, similar size, similar part of the city. And look, they were fine, but they weren't very exciting. The condo fees alone were giving us pause. What we were seeing is $300 a month, $400 a month. On a budget-conscious purchase, that hits pretty hard. Then we walked into Northside. New construction, modern finishes, real square footage, the kind of product that a couple of years ago would have easily cost $650,000, maybe even $700,000 or more. And the condo fees? $180 a month. And for a limited time, they are free for the first 2 years. My buyers looked at each other, I looked at my buyers, and we didn't need to say too much. But here's the part that really changed the conversation. When my buyers first came to me, they were approved for a certain amount. And based on the listed prices at Northside, one of the models, the top model, was sitting at around $619,000. On paper, out of reach. They wouldn't even have looked at it. But here's where the HST prices becomes really important. Because of how Granite Homes structured the pricing on this project, and because we did the work up front to understand exactly how the HST rebate flowed through on this specific product, the effective purchase price my buyers were actually qualified against was a completely different number. If you're approved for $550,000, we may be able to get you into that top model as well. One listed at $619,000. Now, I want to be very clear here. This isn't available to everyone, and it depends on your specific situation, your financing, and your rebate eligibility. But what I can tell you is that we worked with the builder. We came up with a plan that made sense for my buyers, and it worked. If you want to know whether it could work for you, that's exactly the kind of conversation I have with people all the time. Reach out. Let's look at your numbers specifically. Now, I told you there was a stomach cringe moment, so here it is. Around that same time that I was working with these buyers, I had an experience with a different builder that I feel an obligation to talk about. This builder was also dealing with HST, but instead of pricing it properly, instead of working transparently with buyers and their agents, on the day of closing, I was being encouraged to have my clients sign an amendment that would have shown a cash back credit returning to the buyers after the fact. If you don't know why that's a problem, here's the short version. Your lender approves your mortgage based on the numbers they see. If money is quietly flowing back to you after closing, money the lender didn't know about, that changes the real economics of the deal. That lender has a right to that information. What I was being asked to participate in looked to me kind of like mortgage fraud. I walked away. I'm not naming this builder today, but I am telling you this. Compare how these two builders handled the exact same issue. One of them worked with us transparently from the start. One of them waited until the closing date to ask for something that should have never been asked. The difference matters. And if you're buying new construction anywhere in Ontario, not just Guelph, and someone asks you to sign something on or near the closing date that involves money that your lender hasn't been told about, stop. Call your lawyer, call your agent, and if you don't have one, call me. Whether you're looking at Northside or anywhere else, here's what I'd be asking before I put pen to paper. 1. What is the all-in price, base price, upgrades, development charges, and how HST is handled? All of it, before you're emotionally invested. 2. How does the HST rebate flow on this specific product? This is where a lot of buyers leave money on the table, or worse, get surprised after the fact. 3. What are the condo fees, and what do they cover? $180 a month is very different than $400. That gap is real money every single month. 4. Who does a sales agent represent? The person in the builder's office works for the builder. That's totally fine, but you should have your own representation. And 5, is anyone asking you to sign anything unusual at or after closing? Good builders don't do that. Guelph is a genuinely exciting place to be right now, and if you're relocating from the GTA or anywhere else, and you want someone who's going to give you the full picture, the good stuff and the uncomfortable stuff, I'd love to be that person. If your mortgage approval is sitting at around $550,000 and you're wondering whether the Northside opportunity could work for you, seriously, just reach out. The link to book a call is in the description. No pressure, no pitch, just the facts about your situation. Drop a comment below. Did the HST piece surprise you? Had you even ever thought about how it affects what you could actually qualify for? Let me know, yes or no. I read every single one. Hit subscribe if you want more honest content about Ontario real estate, and I'll see you on the next one. And by the way, don't forget to download my free relocation guide.